Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk to you about scenario planning, and I'm going to present a practical toolkit that has been designed by the Chartered Global Management Accountancy Association. Scenario planning, it's a management toolkit that allows your organisation to evaluate your current strategies and plans under a range of different future environments or scenarios, which you're not short of for next year. What you're essentially looking at is what might happen, so your different scenarios, and what the impact of those scenarios would be on your capital investment, your marketing strategies, your financial decisions, and your human resource decisions. In this particular model, there are 6 steps, and I'll go through each of them individually. You'll see there I've highlighted step 5, and this is where the organisation has to apply the scenarios that it's identified to its current decision and planning toolkits, and this is generally where businesses fail. Step 1 is to define the scope, and this is where you need to decide, are you looking at strategic or operational levels? What are the key issues you want to address? What's the problems you're hoping to solve? What are the key variables or the key scenarios that you expect over your chosen time frame, which again I would define as 2021 and 2022 for this current period. The next step is very important, that's to define the key drivers of your business. And this is where you need to look at your internal strengths and weaknesses and your external opportunities and threats. So you're essentially doing a context analysis to see what the essential key drivers are for your business over the next 2 years. So you look at social, economic, political, and technological external factors when looking at your opportunities and threats. And then your internal will be a HR, finance, and marketing. The next is to analyze the data that you have established in step 2. And this is essentially a risk assessment. And on the left there, you have the materiality, or the level of impact that a scenario might have in your business. And then along the bottom there, you have the predictability. So that's the probability of you being able to predict whether or not it will happen. So the key drivers sit there at the top left-hand side, and that's where you're most vulnerable. The next step is to develop your scenarios. So for this year, we have the potential of a vaccine. There's also Brexit, and then there's the ongoing restrictions that might exist because of COVID, and then there's potentially the ongoing use of working from home. Step 5 is to actually apply the scenario. So as I mentioned, this is where most businesses fail. It's not a conceptual exercise. You need to use the information from your context analysis and your scenarios that you've identified and actually apply them to your existing planning and decision-making processes to be able to ascertain what the risk is. And the final step is really just to revisit. So this is a continuous improvement exercise. So you're basically revisiting step 2, 3, and 4 because things change. The question is how often to actually revisit, because there can be quite a lot of work in scenario planning. My advice would be to keep it as simple as possible and to try and focus on your key drivers. So hopefully you found that useful. If you want more information, please feel free to contact me on my email, or if you want to book a free consultation and need some assistance with your planning for 2021, please book on carolmcgee.ie/bookings. Thanks very much.